Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name's Deshaun, and today I am here to talk to you guys about the rising of Ms. Marvel Kamala Khan. Her stock is rising as we speak, and it really happened over the weekend. Last weekend. Where I noticed that she was trending, not only for the video game, but also for the bombshell that dropped that the directors of Bad Boys for Life, which is a movie I enjoyed the hell out of. I think Bad Boys for Life is one of the best action movies of the year. One of the best action movies in a long time. Just a fun action movie it's not as technically, sound as, say, a John Wick movie, but it's not as stupid as Fast and Furious. It's fun enough, and it's good enough, and the action's good enough that it is just really, and you love and you like the characters enough, and it's funny and it's upbeat. So to me, I'm like, okay, these guys, which are these two young up and coming directors who got this first movie was Bad Boys for Life. If that's what I'm basing them getting the Ms. Marvel job to be the directors of the Ms. Marvel series, which is said to be about 7 episodes, an hour long. Okay, that was a good start. I don't know how they're gonna do with a kid, but if that is what I'm basing my excitement of getting some directors like these on to do the Ms. Marvel show, I'm all for it. And not to mention, Ms. Marvel Kamala Khan happens to be the lead character of the latest AAA big Marvel Avengers game, which I just gave my review of, and I had a great time playing. I know it's getting a lot of heat from people because some people talk about the repetitive nature of it and whatnot, but most Marvel fans and most people I know still say that regardless of whatever doesn't work about that game, the campaign is great and Ms. Marvel Kamala Khan is great in it. I have literally seen people who don't like Ms. Marvel get turned around by playing the campaign, getting to know Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, and being like, damn, she's actually pretty fun. She's actually pretty good. And I'm like, I've been telling you guys this the whole time. No one wants to listen. That's why I'm like, don't let these anti-SJW people get in your ear, because anti-SJWs are the reason I didn't even want to go read the Ms. Marvel Kamala Khan comics. And I just figured, because they just said Miles Morales and Kamala Khan SJW, and I'm just like, okay, I guess that's what it is. And then I'll go, like I said, I read the comic, and she's a fantastic character. Kamala Khan is a fantastic character. In many ways, she has many similarities to Spider-Man, a young Peter Parker Spider-Man. Many similarities. In fact, to the point where, the high school superhero aspects, the dealing with your parents and trying to hide your identity from your parent aspects, the friends that get entangled with your superhero stuff, the lack of confidence and wanting to overcome it, and her being such a nerd and such a geek and someone who loves, D&D and video gaming, and who's a huge fan of superheroes in general, but in particular, Captain Marvel. Like, everything about Kamala Khan is so pure and so fun. And like I said, in many ways, she's like a modern day Spider-Man. She's a lot like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. If you love Tom Holland's Spider-Man, you will love Ms. Marvel. That's just the case. That's the kind of character she is. And the fact that everyone over the weekend got to see that with the news dropping about her show getting too big time, getting too fairly, up and coming, but pretty, people are looking at these directors. The idea that these two directors are coming on for her show, and she is the lead in the latest big game that is, that everyone was talking about over the weekend, and she was trending, makes me so happy. Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, is an up and coming star. She is, like, I'm gonna just tell you right now, get the tickets. I'm in the ticket box. I'm in the ticket box, and I'm giving out tickets, guys. I'm giving it out right now. Get on this train. You can talk all the shit. If people got a problem with this, you can talk all the shit in the comment section. Say what you will. I will bank it right here now. The Kamala Khan train, Ms. Marvel, is just getting started. She will not only be in this big game that will be going for years, and maybe she might even be the lead in the sequel, who knows. She will also have a big, huge television show that's a part of the MCU, and she will most likely be not only in the next Captain Marvel movie, but in the next Avengers movie. You better get on this train, because Kamala Khan is coming. She is too dorky, she is too adorable, she is too likable, she is too good of a character for it not to catch fire. And the fact that so many people play in this game, the Marvel's Avengers game, are like endeared to, or very endeared to her now, that when they do announce who's playing Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, when they do get into it, like I remember this big time guy on Twitter, like, and it really was like, that's what made me want to make this video. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but because I follow so many people on Twitter, because I just like to keep up with everything. But I follow so many people on Twitter, but one of these, let's just put it this way, they got the blue check next to his name. And he said something along the lines of, while he was playing the Marvel's Avengers game, his daughter liked Kamala Khan so much that she asked him, who is she, and can I read something on her? And that is why I'm like, I'm telling you, man, Ms. Marvel, I didn't say this at the time because I knew everyone would get on me, or at least people in my comment section might get on me about this. But when I heard that Spider-Man might be leaving, I said, you can easily, okay, I'm not gonna OD, maybe not easily, but you could replace that teenager, young character who doesn't think too highly of themselves, but they have the will to be a great hero one day, and they are a good hero, and they're so so teenagey and so buoyant and so fun to be around, but and the other older superheroes are just like, oh my god, what is this kid doing? They could replace what Tom Holland was in the MCU with Kamala Khan. In terms of the character and what that character represents and how good that character is, they could. Like, I'm telling you, just pick up her original comic. It's very good. Like, it's so good. And then the aspect of her character about her being, born in America. Yes, she has Muslim parents who, believe in certain things, but she was born in America. So, like, those statements, so like there's this interesting conflict between whatever. They don't play that up in the video game, clearly, because like you only see her dad, you don't even get to see her mom or her brother, her brother is hilarious. Like, her brother in the comics is hilarious because he is that brother. I'm just gonna go on a little tangent about the Kamala Khan comic. Her brother is that dude who never left the house, that dude who's constantly telling other people how to live their life, and he's still staying at home with his parents, and his parents are like, so good, you're so wise about how to live your life. When are you gonna go out and get a job? And he's just like, I'm praying. It's just like, oh, prayer's good, son, prayer's good, a job would be better. Like, I love the little stuff with her and her brother. I can't wait to see that in the show. And I actually saw rumors about casting for her brother and her love interest, which I am all in on, dude. I am all in on Ms. Marvel right now. I really am. I do think, like, between her and Miles Morales, Marvel, like, the Marvel comics, like, there's been a lot of shit talked about Marvel comics over the years, but between her and Miles Morales, there have been there are two of their two creations that came out not too recently, who are really big time. They're really good creations. I mean, Marvel's had a lot of great creations over the last few years that like don't really get like the Black Order was just made not too long ago. There's a lot of characters like that. Hell, half of some of Thanos' plot was from a comic that didn't come out too long ago. There's still rumors that they're going to base a lot of the new X-Men off of the new Hickman X-Men. So, for all the crap that Marvel Comics gets, they do get a lot. They do get things right, and Kamala Khan was one of them. She's a great character. I can't wait to see more of her. She's a rising star. The stock is rising on Kamala Khan. If you are looking for a horse to, if you're looking for an IP, a character to hit your fandom onto, to be there from the beginning, like I was with the MCU, which is why I love the MCU so much, admittedly, is because I believed in it. I was, one of the other people who believed in the idea of it. When I read stuff about it online, I was like, I believe in this thing. When Kevin Feige first talked about making a cinematic universe and people laughed at him, I believed in it. I was like, it could happen. I was like, this could be awesome if it happened, and I'm rooting for it. And I went to see the movies, and I was rooting for it. Now, I believed in the MCU from the beginning, which is why I have so much love for the MCU, because it's so amazing to see something that you believed in come to fruition, because you're just like, I believed in that shit. And right now, if you want to believe in something, believe that Ms. Marvel Kamala Khan is coming. She will be a big deal. I will almost guarantee you 5 years from now, she will be a pretty substantial hero. She'll be a big character. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. What do you think? Do you think I'm overdoing it with the Kamala Khan praise? Do you think that she really is a rising star? The MCU, but keep in mind, the MCU has made a living off of making lesser known or smaller characters bigger characters. The Guardians, nobody cared about the Guardians of the Galaxy. And don't let anyone fool you. Nobody cared about Iron Man either, other than comic book people. Captain America was a joke. Thor was a mythological being, or that one guy who showed up in the Incredible Hulk. Black Widow was a non-starter. She wasn't even an original Avenger. Hawkeye, who cares about Hawkeye? Some people still don't, but I do. Like all these characters who became big time. Black Panther was a big deal, but Black Panther wasn't this big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't think people understand that. Like, that's the MCU special, and they got a lot of raw material with Ms. Marvel. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please be like, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.